Long story short, I joined a team that was 0-4 in Div 2 Portugal, and this is how we won our first game together. I picked Galio here because I saw Lilia and Leblanc peaked in the enemy team. I was afraid that Leblanc could have went AD, but my team reassured me that it wasn't the thing. Galio has a strong laning phase against Leblanc, as he can never do enough damage to threaten him, and he always gets the push with his Q and passive AoE. We were also aware that the star of the show was going to be the Viego this game, so Galio is always helpful to peel and get the first reset. In the early lane, Galio wants to E whenever Leblanc W's towards him. If the E connects, it can lead to a very good trade with E plus passive plus Q. You don't always have to use your W to taunt the enemy, as sometimes it's better to use it to reduce incoming damage. Of course, we try to proc Leblanc's first strike from range whenever it's up, to prevent her from outscaling us by getting free gold. Leblanc uses her W forward and doesn't get much out of it. It's important to note that Leblanc's W is on a really big cooldown early game, which she seems to forget as she gets caught in a clumsy position between me and Viego and gets killed, securing us the first blood. Leblanc TPs back to lane and my goal is to push the wave, but she trades with me and my huge minion wave, putting her low HP. All I have to do now is reset and TP back, and I have a really big advantage in the mid lane. The fact that I have a lot of cryo mid lane also allows us to do the grabs for free without LeBlanc being able to contest it. We know Lilia is in her bot side jungle, so we try to set up a catch on her. We trade flash for flash, but it's way worth it, as Lilia's level 6 relies much more on her flash Q than Galio does. After taking a good trade on Leblanc, I need to clear mid wave, so I tell my team to back off while I secure mid prio. Unfortunately, we get caught in an unfortunate position in the river. I ult onto the Nautilus, who's in the middle of them, and we focus the one we can all hit together, Rel. The back and forth is really close, and we end up trading 2 for 2. We know Lilia is still very low and has no prio, so we reset quickly to get to the Drake first. We tried to have a 2v2 skirmish in the mid lane, but even after my jungler leaves, I still tried punishing Leblanc using her W aggressively, thinking Viego was still around to help me, which gets me Lilia ulted and killed. This misplay secures them the second grabs as well, which is pretty huge. The enemy bot lane makes the mistake of playing aggressively, knowing their jungler was close by, but they didn't know that our jungler was backing our bot lane up. I ult a bit late when the play was already secured, my bad, but it's not a big problem, as I was planning to base anyway and TP back to lane. The enemy team makes a play on the mid lane, but I'm way too tanky, and they can't take me down. They do burn my flash, which in hindsight I didn't need to use, but we know Lilia's ult is down for the next fight, which is so much more important. And knowing the Drake was gonna spawn soon, we knew we could fight it. The team tries to make a play for the T1 top lane, so the enemies answer by putting the Herald in the mid lane, which is beneficial for them. While our team gets a double kill topside, Ornn and I take the 2v2 mid lane against Leblanc and Lilia. We get Lilia's flash, which once again wouldn't be out for the next Drake. And we trade 1 for 1 as I die to the last tick of Liandry's. Ornn almost gets a 1v1 against his counter pick, but she sadly runs away with 1 HP. The dragon fight is really important. We initiate the fight with a bit of damage on Leblanc here, who's forced to reposition with her team. The enemy Rel misses her engage, taking only tanks in her combo. We get the kill on her quickly, followed by Lilia, who stepped up a bit too far. The enemy top and mid get a good flank on our backline, getting the kill on our bot lane. We clean up the fight, 4-3, and the Drake is in our favor. A bunch of farming later, and our Ornn once again gets an amazing trade onto the Camille, which gets us a kill. Lucky for us, the enemies are not in a position to answer with the Nash. When looking for a fight in the river, it's really important to set up the control of the vision in this bush. We take our time, knowing that it's easy for us to get a pick if someone missteps near our vision. The Leblanc steps up a bit too far and gets caught, instantly putting us at a numbers advantage. Lilia tries to flash Q, but I intercept her with a good hit, preventing her from putting the ADC to sleep. As I'm low, I put a belt out of the fight and look for an angle to ult, following up on Ornn's double bomb. We secure the Drake and the Nash. We set up a push on 2 lanes and let Camille push bot, as we know we can get much more than she can. We secure a double inhib and catch Camille on her way back. We take a reset and all group bot lane for the final push. Our jungler gets caught by a funny interaction with Camille's ult and dies. It doesn't look good for us, but a good Ornn bump into Galio ult secures us a double kill. I burn MF's flash and not catches Lilia. Leblanc does TP for a flank and kills her top. Nautilus tries to walk up to MF to stun her, but gets killed in the process. Leblanc tries to attack the lone ADC, however, Varus catches her mid-W and we get away with her lives. While all of this was happening, the enemy's base was getting torn to shreds by our minions. After securing their Elder Drake, we push mid together, but Rel lands her combo on 3 of us, setting us far behind in the fight. However, on the other side of the fight, things are looking a bit different. Diego clutches the fight by getting resets after resets winning us our first game in Div 2.